What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and Nintendo have just announced Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon in the brand new Pokemon Direct that just happened a few minutes ago on the 26th of February. So I don't even know where to start for this. I'm just completely overwhelmed, and yeah, I can't. Okay, come on, Q, keep it together. Anyway, yes, they announced that on the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon are going to be available on the 3DS this Christmas. They call it this holiday season. It will most likely be probably somewhere between August and October. That's just my prediction. Could be as late as like November, December. But yeah, end of the year anyways. It's going to be holiday 2016. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. They had a special 6-minute long Nintendo Direct. Pokemon Direct even, specifically designed for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. In Japan right now, it is obviously the 27th, and because of that, it is exactly 20 years to the day for them of when Pokemon first released. And with their special presentation, they showed off so much in the background of the actual video. The president and CEO of the Pokemon company, you could see everything throughout the years that they released, between all the games, the merch, the special editions, special edition consoles, all that stuff. It was all sitting there behind them. They had special videos going through. They had a special intro as well, actually, where it was the intro to original Pokemon on an original Game Boy, modified to start the Pokemon Direct. And they had special videos about, people from all over the world just playing Pokemon, playing by themselves, playing together, playing with friends, playing with strangers, playing over the internet. All the different types of modes, battles, trades, just all the types of fun, and all the fantastic stuff that just Pokemon brings to people. You can probably hear it in my voice right now, but I'm having a really hard time just keeping it together, because Pokemon just means so ridiculously much at this point, and I've put so much time into it, and I can't believe it. It just, after all this time, 20 years later, and I'm still at it, and it still brings me to a childhood. It just makes me act like a child. But yeah, they made so many different videos throughout the 6-minute presentation of all the different things, as I said a minute ago, with all the people playing together, and just all the different things in Pokemon as they evolved. All the people just running around, rollerblades, roller skates, bicycles, computers. Just, it quickly flipped through all the different versions, all the different languages. They're also going to add 2 new languages. They said the previous Pokemon games have been available in 7 languages, and now they're going to add 9 languages, for up to 9 languages, I should say, for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So they're going to be adding traditional Chinese and simplified Chinese. So that will help even more people in, say, China as well as outside China to get in and experience Pokemon properly. And just when they showed off just all the stuff as it went through, it just looked like absolutely fantastic, and it makes you remember every single thing, every single Pokemon game that you've put dozens, if not hundreds of hours into, collecting them all, leveling up your favorite ones, maxing out them all in the perfect order that you wanted them in. And it's just so ridiculous that they can do this, and that they can do it so well and so effectively, just for this massive amount of time. 20 years. And I think I played my first Pokemon game when I was it was either 12 or 13, simply because it was in around my birthday of that year, and I don't remember if it was just before my birthday or just after, because myself and my mother, we went to Florida. She took me to Disney World and all that, so we were in Florida for 2 weeks. And Pokemon hadn't been released over here, and it was released in the US. So I had a Game Boy Color, and I bought both Pokemon games. I still remember where I bought them. I bought them in a giant toy store called FAO Schwartz, and they had a massive, 2, 3, 4 stories doll outside the toy store. And I went in and I bought the 2 of them, lived on them for God knows how many years, up until Pokemon Gold and Silver came out, and then it was just rinse and repeat every year, and I've just been hooked ever since. And I still am to this day, and I'm 29 years old. I'm nearly 30. I'll be 30 in like 3 months, and I just, it's like I'm turning on for the first time. It's exactly the same, and it's ridiculous. So, other than all of that, that's all the important stuff and all. But we all knew already that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow Pikachu Edition were going to be added to the eStore. Now, those are going to be added to the eShop, I should say, the 3DS eShop, not the Wii U one. But they're going to be added to the 3DS eShop tomorrow. And Nintendo actually made a point to bring it out. So, if you remember back in the day on Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, and Silver, you could transfer your Pokemon between Red, Blue, and Yellow, and that was fine. You could bring them forward, if I remember right, to Red, Blue, and... you could bring them from that to Gold and Silver, if I remember right, because they were all essentially on what was close enough to the same platform. Sure, Red, Blue, and Yellow were Game Boy games, and Gold and Silver were Game Boy Color games, but it was all essentially the same platform, kind of, close enough. I won't get into the details. But ever since they moved on to the Game Boy Advance and all, Nintendo also brought this up in a video, that you could never transfer the Game Boy and Game Boy Color versions of your Pokemon and all. You could never transfer them forward onto new hardware. Whereas with the Game Boy Advance games, you could bring them through all the different Game Boy Advance series, as well as onto the DS and the 3DS series. So you could continue bringing them up further. So they've said they've fixed that with the eShop versions of the 3 original games, because we all knew that because there wouldn't be any trading or there would be no trading or battles or anything, simply because you couldn't use old Game Boy Link cables or anything. So they've modified it so that you could use 3DS wireless and all as well. So naturally you'd be able to sit in a room with your friends and trade wirelessly locally. I'm not sure if you can do a direct trade online with the re-releases of the originals, but we'll find out that tomorrow anyway. But what you can do is they have solved a way to bring your Pokemon forward. With the eShop versions of Red, Blue, and Yellow, you can actually port them across to your Pokemon bank, and you can port those to X, Y, and Ruby and Sapphire. Chances are you can probably bring them to Moon and Sun when those are released later this year. But until now, this is the main thing. One thing I am curious about is if you will be able to transfer them between Red, Blue, and Yellow using the bank, not just transfer them forward using the bank. So we'll see how that goes anyway. If not, I know myself, I'm going to be playing Red as my main series. One of my friends is going to be playing Blue, and one of my other friends is going to be playing Yellow. So we'll all be able to get all the starter Pokemon all together. That's not going to be a problem. Also, on top of all that, when they do release tomorrow, I know I'm going to be downloading all 3 copies of... I'm going to be downloading Red, Blue, and Yellow, all to my Monster Hunter 4 new 3DS XL, which is my current one that I actually use in my actual 3DS. And I'm also... They arrived into work the other day, and naturally I couldn't take them yet, but tomorrow I will be buying the limited edition pre-installed copies of the Pokemon 2DSs. I'm going to get the red one, I'm going to get the blue one, and I'm going to get the yellow one. Those are all 3 that are available here in Europe. I know if I remember right, in Japan you can get the green one as well, because blue over here is the Pokemon Blue, over outside in the West is Pokemon Green in Japan. And I think they just got the blue one just as an extra as well. So I'm pretty sure they have the 4 of them. But over here, you can get the red, blue, and yellow. I have all 3 of them set aside in work. I can't wait to pick them up and add them to my collection forever. It's just going to be fantastic. So I'm going to leave it there, because I've pretty much covered everything, and I've rambled on for even more than I actually believe. So all I can say is let me know in the comment section below when you got into Pokemon, what Pokemon means to you, anything related to Pokemon at all. I know it's one of the most important game series in my life. It will be one of the most important game series it is one of the most important game series in history, and nothing will ever change that. I mean, 30, 40, 50 years from now, as long as there's something to do with gaming, Pokemon will still be held in the highest regard, and it will have such an amazing legacy and player base. It's some things will never change, and I'm thankful that that's one of them. So let me know all that in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel, as I sign off with a quick little Pokemon, or a quick little I love you to Pokemon, and just absolutely everything. And it's been a phenomenal 20 years, and I'm looking forward to 20 more.